took me making an adjustment to be able to catch them.
But that's a coal right there.
And they just kept coming. They just kept biting.
And by the time I made my second or third cast, I was casting straight into 35-mile-per-hour sustained winds.
I just ran all the way back up here into a front. Man, I don't know. If I just ran all the way back into something I should have never run into.
I'd say I probably caught somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 fish on day one.
How about that one at the last net?
So I felt like I let a lot of people down.
One fish in the bag, a good one. 3 pounds even, 3 pounds even for you.
But like I just can't get comfortable anymore.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
You might as well go ahead and take those calls now, because I knew Trent would be calling. He always does. What happened? You tell me, Trent.
I just got so spread out. And I just freaked out with the last day and a half of practice, and I should have focused in on, hey, this is the program. You're gonna run this program, and you got to figure out how to make those fish bite. Like, I probably should have just fished brush all day, and then if I had to figure out how to make them bite a shaky head or jerk bait or something, do that. Or fish shallow all day, and if I had to resort to a freaking Cinco, do that. Do you know how I caught my fish, Trent? Answer the question. What does Justin Kimmel suck the most at?
Bed fishing.
Yes.
Oh no.
I caught a 3-pounder on a bed. Sight fishing.
Really with.
I'm pulling into my driveway here, and word on the street is Matt caught him.
Matt got him.
And I'm not surprised. This is
He
his
caught him
leg.
big time.
So,
Well, I'll let you get settled in. I was just touching base.
you're the only one. I appreciate it, bro.
All right, see you, dude.
Bye. Where's he at? You got a girl up there? Time to party and celebrate your fat bag. So you're telling me I could have caught him on a crankbait?
It was almost automatic with a crankbait. And I carried that through to other places that I fished, including new water today that I hadn't even looked at.
I want to puke right now. I tell myself all the time, you gotta fish the moment, gotta fish the moment. You literally made the all-time fish the moment call. I'm way more proud of you than I am pissed off for me, but I'm pissed off for me.
Fishing the moment is just a phrase that, honestly, Mike Iaconelli had coined that phrase on just how you got to tournament fish. It's basically identifying what the conditions are and what the fish you normally would be doing for that season, but also taking all the clues that the fish are telling you for that moment, not banking on all your practice, not banking on yesterday to tell you what the fish are doing, but banking on what is happening right now.
It was a wild decision.
I've never known you to do it. Because you're a jerkbait guy, you are a, that was a desperation call, I guess, but it just...
I probably caught more fish on a deep diving crankbait today than I've caught in my life. So
One bait change was everything in this tournament.
crankbaits in a boat, and it was one of those. I sat down, rigged a rod because they slapped at the.
Do you even have a deep cranking rod with you? I left mine at home. I might go get them.
I was
tomorrow.
using a 7-foot medium heavy.
I don't know if it was the practice, the nerves of something new for the first day, and you got all these hopes and dreams and wrapped up into one thing, and you're trying to do your best for your family and for yourself. But
so literally on my first cast on this spot, after putting that crankbait on, I threw that thing out and started just burning it through where I was seeing these fish. And I stuck one. I was like, that's a good one. Ended up being a 3.5. Got it in the boat. Next cast I caught a 2. Next cast caught a 2.5. Next cast caught a 3. Caught like 5 3s in a row. I don't know how many I caught in a row, but I probably caught 25 in like 25 straight casts.
You caught 25?
Probably 25 fish on 25 straight casts.
one good decision, and magic happened.
I found another school that I didn't even find in practice. It just kind of looked right, and I just stopped and just kind of looked around on it, and there was another group of them. I caught probably maybe 8 or 10 in a row on that one. It was insane. Like burning it too, just like absolutely just training it through them, and it would just lock up.
Oh my
It was
gosh,
just crazy.
that's awesome, dude.
It was one of the craziest decisions. Like I said, I didn't even hardly know what I was doing with a dang crankbait.
I'm proud of you because you don't throw crankbait very much. You usually just die.
I was expecting
Sink.
to catch them on a shallow crankbait today, a jig, swim bait, or jerkbait. Like that was kind of the expectations I had for the day. And then I think every fish I weighed in today was on a deep crankbait.
I mean, did you fish anything else after that? I would have just been cranking off freaking
I did.
day.
I still kept other things honest.
You catch them at every
I
stop?
caught a lot of fish on a jerkbait today on that big pointer. I caught quite a few on it, but
No, I caught 0
But-
on jerkbait.
most of those weren't the 3-pounders. Most of those were 2s.
Yeah, I caught 0 fish on the jerkbait. I also lost your jerkbait. I owe you jerkbait. Freaking riprap. It was one of those days, dude. I can't explain it. Worst day of my life.
Did you run all the way down the first thing?
I wish, I don't know. I even told you, if I get a late boat number, it's not smart for me to go to those shallow fish. Because they're spawning in there. Guys are going to have found them. There was a boat that was already in there when I got in there. Then 2 more boats came in there while I was there. I entered in on the side of the pocket and I could see spawning activity. I could see them moving stuff. I could see them chasing, and I could not catch them. Nobody caught one when I was there.
I've had extremely tough tournaments before. I remember zeroing probably 10 years ago on Lake Seminole, and my co-angler absolutely caught him out of the back of my boat. And it's just such a lonely feeling when you're out there and facing that. It feels like nothing that you do is right, and you don't understand why. You're making those adjustments, trying to keep an open mind, and a tough tournament is just so hard to swallow. It's a difficult situation to be in.
I wasn't gonna give up, but man, it was like I could not make a good decision whatsoever today. And I have not felt like that in so long. And I don't know what it's. Ever since I got back from dealing with my boat issues, and I'm not blaming the boat issues here. Ever since that I've come back, I've had 2.5 days on this pond. 2 keepers have entered my boat. 2.
I think with the way Justin can overthink things, he gets a lot in his head, and you got to figure out which stuff is the things that you got to pursue. And things obviously didn't go right. He made his first decision, and it didn't go right. He made a second decision, and that didn't go right either. And at that point, it's very easy to start spiraling a little bit. And it can go down quick on this pond, man. Obviously today was different because of the decision and the crankbait. I mean, I hadn't caught a fish on that crankbait, at all during practice, but. I mean, you recognize the situation and knowing that these fish on these hard spots aren't going anywhere.
I gotta find a way to at least catch 17, 18 pounds. Get myself at just kind of as if I caught 10 2-pounders and missed the boat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get myself over 20 for 2 days. But golly, it looks like I'm staring at a freaking mountain.
Got to keep your head in it. Keep going for it. Try to clear your head. Just recognize those moments.
Dude, you got a shot at the classic. That dude ain't going out there and catching 25 pounds again. If he does, you shake his freaking hand. Or make him need 25 to beat you. Friday has been canceled due to high winds forecast, and full field will carry over to compete on Saturday. Lake Eufaula will be off limits tomorrow. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with Lake Eufaula tomorrow. I need a day off. Tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go buy a cranking rod and some daggum crankbaits.
It would be nice to get a little bit of sleep tomorrow before we go chasing down crankbaits, because I need some new crankbaits.
That was random, but nice.
Was he wondering how his motor was performing?
No.
So this tournament was the closest to home for this year, and we were planning to go, and then after his first day finish, I thought about not going, but after we talked, I knew that he was really down on himself and just not in a great place.
It's going to be all about who gets that 7 to 6 pound bites, and people don't believe in luck in fishing, and I don't necessarily believe it either, but like, when you're on the winning deal, sometimes you don't win.
On my end, I have to get to a place where I'm an encourager and not, frustrated. And my frustration never comes with him not bringing home a check or anything like that. It's more just, I feel frustrated for him, in a sense, because I genuinely want him to be able to do this and to do well and, make it to the next level. Because I know that he can, and he's been talking about it for as long as I've known him.
I don't know for sure, but I'm almost positive that like those strong locals in the field know about the deal, and Matt got onto the deal, which Matt just found it. Like, we didn't even crank outside of shallow cranking. We didn't even crank in practice, and he just made the decision in the moment based on how those fish were behaving.
You gotta fish the moment. That's what you always say.
Ding, ding, ding. What are you doing right now?
Sitting on your boat.
Sitting on my boat.
It's kind of covered in pollen though, so I should probably get off of it.
You're outside?
Yeah.
What the heck, man?
Yeah, I like to surprise him. I want to be there too. I want to experience it with him when he does well and even when he's not doing well. And I think surprising him is going to lift his spirits.
Hey!
I'm out here working on my boat, and Justin's family actually pulls up in their car there, and the kids get out, and Kat gets out, and surprise Justin. He comes out, and he's got a family that's loving on him, and I think it's an awesome thing. So it definitely takes his mind off things and gets him back on the right track.
Yeah, I think he just assumed that we weren't going to come because of how poorly he finished on the first day. And so I just decided that we needed to show up for him, and I just wanted to surprise him at that point.
I'm so glad y'all came. Daddy had his worst day of his fishing career yesterday.
I think when he saw us, I could tell that he was immediately lighter, and I think he was just happy to see his family.
I found this alligator that, what do you think, 10, 12 feet long? It's huge. His back is this wide. It's that wide. And he's as long from the front of the boat to about right
how
here.
wide he is.
That's how big
he is.
We saw you.
He's that long.
Crazy day. Hope that happens again.
Matt is like family. My kids actually call him Uncle Matt, and he's always there for Justin, even if he doesn't say much.
Love you, surprise. Well, y'all want to go get lunch?
Does that include crankbait?
crankbaits?
Yes, it includes getting crankbaits.
Man, it's always great when your family surprises you, except when you need a couple cranking rods and a hair jig. So went to the tackle store. Everybody was in there. Plenty of guys having the same idea, trying to reload or buy new stuff that they got a whiff of. Spend $80 extra to go fishing tomorrow.
You really don't think about deep cranking that much during the pre-spawn. Me and Justin have always figured out how to catch them on a jig, or we figured out how to catch them on a jerkbait. Deep cranking is not something that we ever do, and I was lucky to have some cranking rods in the boat, and I was lucky to have a box of deep crankbaits in the boat, and only had a handful of what I was looking for. But Justin didn't even bring his cranking poles, and he didn't even bring his box of crankbaits, so he was kind of in a mess. It's been enough. All these are insurance. I think I got enough to get me through already, but just in case.
Showing our way in from yesterday, rubbing salt in the wounds.
Rose came down this aisle and he looked up and he goes, I need a good rod.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I need a cranking rod. I'm glad you said that.
What?
I need a crank rod. Stop. I need a crankbait
I
rod.
want one.
I left
Okay.
mine. And
Let Rhodes pick it up. Yeah, fishing's just expensive. I mean, his garage looks like a Bass Pro. I don't know how he could need anything else. I think it used to bother me a lot more. Maybe now I'm just numb to it. I don't know.
You're not about to buy a cranking rod, are you?
Yeah, I don't have one.
You're about to buy a bunch of them.
I gotta make a big comeback tomorrow. I'm not gonna get the bites and then.
It always happens this way. You fish a tournament and you find a bite, or you make an adjustment to something you have like almost zero of. And I happen to have like 6 crankbaits in the boat, but I only had 2 of the ones that I was using. So here we go, going to spend some money on tackle, and we've got a whole truckload and house full of it at the house.
There was something going on.
I think I should
with
do an
that.
8XD or 10XD.
Definitely a 10.
What?
8XD or 10XD.
Jerkbait, spinnerbait, swim baits, 25-pound test, crankbait, I don't know, treble hooks. There's all kinds of things. But I don't really know what any of it means. When I go fishing with Justin, he just rigs the rod and I just throw it out there.
I heard that the 10XD comes through brush better, but it really doesn't matter when you're running hard spots. The Toledo guys and Sam Rayburn guys, they fish the 8XD on those hard spots.
Should I just go ahead and go with the 10? I thought about if I put it on 20 or 25 pound,
You
just
can
get it to where it won't go.
20. I wouldn't do it on anything more than 20. Throw it on 20 and throw it on a flipping stick. Booty shakers,
Wait, I want to see.
Which one do you think?
10.
10XD? If I'm going to do it, just might as well get the bigger. I mean, I'm doing it just to try to trigger a bigger
Trying
bite.
to trigger a bigger bite. Shizzle. I'd just probably get something like that Tennessee shad gizzard and throw some chartreuse on it. Not me though. I'm in catch-up mode. I had to just get what works. I just needed enough crankbaits to get through the day, and I got enough. Didn't have the colors I wanted, but had plenty of colors to work with, and found a cranking rod that'll work. So we'll see if I actually catch fish on the $300 I just spent, or if it was money well spent.
There's also a penny tile down there that, well, I don't know for sure. So I run an interior design business that is from concept to completion. Yeah, life can be a little crazy because of the business and just having 3 kids. They're all under the age of 9, and owning a business is a lot of work. But Justin and I are both wired to chase our dreams, and we are better versions of ourselves when we are fulfilling those passions, and I think that we can support each other in that.
All right, thank you. Way too much money in this sport.
This off day, I think, was an opportunity for us to spend some time with Justin that was a little less intense. He got his mind off of what he needed to do for fishing and got to spend time with his kids and, you know, with us. And I think he's going to have a better day tomorrow.
Yeah, honestly, the moment I saw Catherine and the kids really just put me in a good place to, you know, kind of forget yesterday and, you know, whatever happens tomorrow happens, but ready to go fishing.
I really want to take a crack at winning this thing. When you're in 6th place after day 1 and you're 4 pounds back of the lead, you know, you don't get an opportunity to win a tournament of this caliber every day, and you really got to take advantage of those situations. So I'm going to take some extra gambles, some extra risk to try to swing for the fence and try to be able to win this tournament.
Good. Good book, man. Get in this boat.
And it was nice having an off day. We got to watch a little TV with the kids, but man, the fight over the remote control, it's definitely a challenge there. Listening to that fight and that squabble.
You can lead a blind man to